Happy Massage Monday, everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you a leg massage. If anyone has had a chance to go skiing, you might be feeling a bit sore on the legs, and so this is a really great and easy massage technique that you can use on your partner or your friends, and they can hopefully return the favor. All right, so now we're going to move towards the leg, so we're just going to apply some oil onto the leg. I had Brett just tuck his shorts into his underwear just so I don't get any oil on it, but you know, whatever is easiest. If you want to try draping, you can always, put a blanket over their backside so that you don't have to risk getting any oil on any clothes, and you don't have to risk exposing them at all. So all of these muscle fibers are all along going up and down, so we'll just start going along the muscle fibers. So I'm literally just using a flat palm and putting the pressure on the palm. My arm is straight and I'm just using my body weight to lean forward. So I'm not actually having to push, I'm not doing a lot of pressure, and I'm not really having to use my hands at all, just the palm. So this is a nice way to get in. Usually the calves are more sensitive than the hamstrings, so you don't want to go too deep with the calves when you first start. Another option that you have with the calves is doing that pinching style of petrissage. So we're just grabbing it. I'm not really digging my fingers into it though, it's just a very loose motion. So not grabbing it like this, because this will feel quite intense for the person, but it's more of this fluid motion. You can even do this cross fiber. It's like almost like a snake bite. You probably experienced that if you had siblings as when you were a kid, but instead with the oil, it actually feels really nice. And then also the squeezing. So you can squeeze the muscle, and then I'm just using my palms to just do this circular motion upwards. So all of those are really good options. Your calf muscles are two big muscles called the gastrocs that come here, and then they have a kind of a crevice here that divides the two muscles. So you can even use your thumbs to lightly go in between that crevice. That always feels really nice as well. Just don't go too deep, because like I said, the calves can be quite sensitive. And then just here in the hamstrings, using that, you can use your palm. This is a great area to also use your fist. So I'm going to use my fist, and then I'm going to use my other hand to just guide it, just to make sure that, we're not flying around anywhere. So just moving upwards. So we're just going along those muscle fibers, and I'm just using my hand to guide it. Now, for anyone who does a lot of running or walking or hiking, here you have your IT band, and your IT band can be really sensitive. So you will not want to use your fist on the IT band, because that will really hurt. So try to just use your palm on the IT band, and definitely start light, and then you can ease into it being a little bit deeper. But if you go straight into the fist, that's not going to feel good. And then here, if you want, you can do a little bit of cross fiber too. So I'm just kind of falling forward, or you can even go this way, and you can kind of incorporate that IT band into it as well. And then get that whole leg involved. I had Brett turn over so we can do the front side of his body. And if you are massaging anyone who has quite hairy legs, you might want to use some extra oil just so that it doesn't feel like you're pulling their hairs. And I'm gonna get that foot involved as well. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the heel of my hand to go here around the front of the shin. So I'm not going to be putting pressure on the shin bone itself, but just going around the sides, and then around the patella, which is his kneecap here. I'm not going to go onto it, but just go around it. And then I'm going to use the heel of my hand to just get into that quad a little bit. I really like using my fingers when it comes to the shins over here, just because the muscles are not as big as, for example, either the calves or the quads. And also you can kind of get in a little bit deeper. So here we have his shin bone. So I'm going to go here to the side. So I'm not going to the inside, I'm going to the outside. So the shin bone's here, I'm going just right next to the shin bone. So I'll just point, this is the shin bone here. I'm going just right next to it with my thumb. And I'm just putting just a little bit of pressure. So that feels really great. You can also just come here to the side of the shin and then just move downwards. So I'm just doing a little bit of cross fiber action here in the shin. That always feels really nice. So the bone is here. I'm not really putting pressure on the bone, just right next to it and moving downwards. And I'm using both of my thumbs because they are a bit stronger, but if you want, you could use your fists, or you could even use your other hand to kind of help your thumb if your thumb feels a little too weak. And then here in the quad, you can use your palm, or if you want, you can use a fist, but you'll want to ease into it because the quads can be quite sensitive. So fists, and then I'm using my other hand to just guide it, just to make sure that I'm not, flying around everywhere, but keeping it stable. So try starting with, maybe a lighter or more medium pressure before getting in to anything too deep, because like I said, the quads can be quite sensitive. And then here you have your adductors. So what I can do is I can have Brett bend his leg a little bit so I can get into the adductors a little bit, and then just doing that cross fiber motion feels really nice for those adductors. You can even do some pulling motion if you want. Or you can do the pushing motion. So generally, when you're massaging someone, you don't really need to keep track of how many strokes you do, but if you feel like that's really going to help you with it, then just choose a certain amount of strokes that you want to do and just count that for each area of the body, so that way you can have the massage last a little bit longer or last a little bit less time. If you have any questions at all about this video, please send us a message, and I'm happy to answer any questions anyone has about the leg massages or any other massage videos we've released. And if you are wanting to get pampered, feel free to book into the spa. We do have a Skier's Mountain menu available right now that will focus on all of those sore areas if you go up the mountain.